Well, this week on Out and About Columbus, we're traveling up to Mohican country, and if the place behind me looks familiar, you might have seen it in the movie Shawshank Redemption. We visit Malabar Farms. We show you some great shopping. You don't want to miss 1 minute of today's show. Grab that cup of coffee and stay with us. Possum Run Greenhouse is a great stop for any green thumb. Possum Run features an amazing variety of annuals and perennials, as well as a wide selection of gardening accents and accessories. Lynn Marotta gave us a tour and told us more about the greenhouse.
Sure, Possum Run Greenhouse is a garden center and a gift shop. We retail year-round, and we also have a wholesale division, a production division, where we ship cuttings and finished plants to other greenhouses. It's our 40th anniversary. Fuchsias are our specialty. We hold the most varieties of any commercial greenhouse in the United States. We have over 200 varieties, and we even have a hardy perennial fuchsia. So you'll see them in pots, in hanging baskets. It's kind of fuchsia heaven here in the spring, and the hummingbirds love it as well as all the customers. Fairy Plant Kingdom is actually part of the miniature collection, and we want to say it is miniatures, not just, people are really into the fairies, but the men also do the miniatures with their railroad gardening, and certainly the boys have fun putting their little characters in as well, their tractors and so on. So it is miniature gardening, and some people do it in containers, and others do it actually in the ground with perennials. But it seems to span all generations, and I think that is what is really exciting. It brings the grandmothers with their daughters, with their granddaughters, and even fathers and grandfathers have come in for classes and shared in the fun of miniature gardening. We have, Buyer's Choice Carolers are our largest collectible line. We feel very committed to this wonderful company that is made in the United States. We also have lotions and creams and candles, all different kinds of candles. We have old world glass ornaments. We have Fontanini nativities. We do the entire garden center and gift shop in Christmas in November and December. But year round we have silks and cards and giftware. You can certainly visit our website at www.possumrungreenhouse.com. Our phone number is 419-892-2770.
Well, if you're visiting Mohican country and looking for a great dining experience, I would highly recommend the Malabar Farm restaurant. This historic restaurant located at Malabar Farms is absolutely beautiful with breathtaking appointments inside. We talked to Kim Williams about this historic restaurant. Talk to the viewers who haven't been here about some of the history of this.
Well, our house was built in 1820. So it's a historic house. It was a stagecoach inn at one time. There's been a restaurant here since 1967. We've been here since 2007.
Now, Louis Bromfield's behind us.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about how he comes into this.
He built Malabar Farm, and he always wanted to have a French restaurant here. Not so much French food, but the French style. Everything fresh, farm to table, local. And he never got to do that. So we are trying to fulfill that here. All local meat, a lot of local produce. We really try to do farm to table, everything made from scratch. And so we like to think we're doing what he wanted.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of pictures here of movie stars, things like that in the past. How does all that relate?
Well, we are part of Malabar Farm State Park, so we lease our house from the state. Malabar Farm was built by Louis Bromfield, and these movie stars and famous people hung out at his house. He had big get-togethers and parties and hosted events there. And the most famous is probably the big wedding. That was...
That's Bogey in that picture, right?
Yes. But yes, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, but I don't remember the year, but it was at his home.
Well, I got to tell you, it is fabulous up here, and this is a beautiful place. And the flowers out front were gorgeous this year, Kim. I know you worked hard on that, and I want to give you your dues for that, no question. How do we find you? What's your website? How do we get more information?
MalabarFarmRestaurant.com. If you use a GPS, you need to put Lucas, Ohio in to find us. You can always call 419-938-5205. We love reservations. They're highly recommended, especially on the weekend.
Well, imagine a hot, sunny summer day, and you're out riding your motorcycle looking for a unique place out of the way. Well, that's exactly where we're at. We're in Olivesburg General Store, where you can get some great ice cream, breakfast. We learned a whole lot more about this place from Coney Crossan. Well, Coney, it's a pleasure to be back at the Olivesburg General Store. Tell people who haven't been up here what they're going to find here, because I tell you, if you can't get it here, I don't think you can get it.
We have a little bit of everything. We serve breakfast now. We do lunches. We have ice cream, which is our biggest seller. We do about 120 to 130 gallons on a weekend of hand-dipped ice cream. Cookie cutters, we have 400 plus. So if you can't find it anywhere, yeah, you're not going to find it at all.
You know, Coney, what I think so unique about this is kind of the background and some of the history. Share that with our viewers.
The store was built in 1840. It's always been a store. We are the 13th owner. So it's kind of been, they've sold just about everything. Diamonds, you used to be able to come in and pick out diamonds. They'd set it in your ring. Dynamite. They used to be licensed to sell dynamite, so you could come in and pick up dynamite and go home and blow up whatever you wanted.
Sounds like a good time, especially around the 4th of July.
Yeah, so you could do, they've done everything here. You know, boats, everything.
So who's your customer? I know we were talking a little bit about, I said, I bet you get a lot of bikes through here. This would be a great place just to kind of stop when you're out riding and get some ice cream and just kind of look around.
We do a lot of poker runs. We have Amish that come in. They're a big group that comes in. But we get a lot of tourists. We do bus tours. We get a lot of bus tours through the summer, so a lot of locals. But people travel from everywhere to come here just for our ice cream.
Talk about those two rooms that are kind of off the side here of the general store.
We have another room, actually, the two rooms. One is housewares. We have the puzzle pieces, and they're picture frames, but they're in shapes of puzzle pieces, so you can just range them however you want. And then the other room, we have consignment items, which is a lot of dishes, antiques, things like that.
How do we get more information?
We have a website, olivesburggeneralstore.com. We also are on Facebook now.
Started by a group of sisters in 2002, FS Chocolatiers makes delicious and decadent treats for any need or occasion. FS features chocolates and sweets in all shapes and sizes, including their famous chocolate pizza. Amy Murray shared how Amy and her sisters started FS Chocolatiers and what tasty treats you can pick up today.
Okay, we have a wide variety of things in the store. We offer a lot of varieties of milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate. We have your traditional creams, your nut clusters, your nut barks, your caramels. We have truffles. We have a lot of individual unique items that we make in the store that are cups that are larger size pieces that are made in-house. We have a selection of sugar-free items for somebody to pick, and we also make fudge in-house. We do chocolate-covered strawberries on the weekends, and we have a wrap selection, so we can pretty much cover everybody's taste in the store, as long as they like chocolate, I guess. Our chocolate pizzas have grown to be one of our biggest product lines that we have in the store. It's one of our most individualized items that we sell. They're made with assortments of different chocolates. We have milk chocolate-based ones and dark chocolate-based ones filled. Usually what we do is mix the chocolate with nuts, peanut butter, Rice Krispies. It depends on which pizza you're having and what we put in it. And then they're topped and they look like a pizza. They come presented in a pizza box. So it's a unique item that you can take somewhere and people are like, pizza? You're bringing pizza? But then they open it and it's like, oh wow, it's chocolate. This is great. We have our creation station where somebody can come in and we start with a base of either white milk or dark chocolate, and they can put their sauce on it. They can put their toppings on it. They can make them right in the store. But they come in, we offer them as small as a personal bite-sized pizza, where, if you just want a little snack, you can get one of those. We also have a personal size, which can feed 1 or 2 people, depending on how much you want to eat. And then we have a medium, which feeds 6 to 8, and a large, which feeds 8 to 12. One of our most popular items is obviously our pizzas. It's one of our biggest items, and it's unique. Anything that we sell that we make in store, we do our caramel nut paws, which are like a big a big piece that has nuts, it has caramel, and then it has chocolate. We do it in a variety of nuts. We have them with sea salt, without sea salt, milk chocolate, and dark chocolate. So those are some of our biggest items. We have a website, fschocolatiers.com. We can be reached by phone, 419-747-5898.
If you've missed any of today's show, you can watch it online anytime. OutandAboutColumbus.com. Stay up to date with all the latest news, events, and information from Out and About Columbus by liking us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Out and About Columbus.
Well, you know, when Glen Surplus first started out, it was kind of a men's store, but that's all changed. There's now a housewares department as well as a lot of new things. We talked to Jennifer Arms here at Glen Surplus, better well known as the Shelby Mall, about some of the wonderful things that you'll find on your trip to Mohican Country. Well, Jennifer, it's so good to be back at the Shelby Mall again. Glen Surplus, yeah. And I know you've added some great things, and, you know, I always like to talk about how this got started because this is such a unique business, and we are standing basically in the area how this business got started.
Yes, it started back in 1978 in a small town called Shiloh. It wasn't even a quarter of the size of this it is today. Glenn, he started adding on a department every year once he moved over to Shelby in 83 or 84. And then after that, it just spiraled uphill. It just kept on going and going, and we're getting more and more new customers on a daily basis because of our deals.
Now, this is on lawnmower parts, and that's how the business literally started. Yes. And today, you're still very active in lawnmower parts. In fact, someone told me, so if you can't get it at Glen's, you can't find it.
Yes, that's almost true. Almost 97% true. There is some parts that we can't get, but we have Bobcat, Skag, Exmark, Ferris, Gator mulching blades. We have MTD, we have Sears, the OEM replacement parts, which is the same thing that you get at the major box stores. So it's in a third of the cost.
And if someone's never been here before, what would you tell them? What would you tell them they're going to find when they come up to Glen Surplus?
Well, we have the 11 different departments. We have the rope, obviously the lawnmower department, engines. We have hardware. We have wood, big pieces of wood you can cut into whatever. Steel. We have military, housewares, tires, paint supplies. We have Naugahyde material. We have runoff mats and walk-off mats for entryways. In our housewares, we have curtains, the current wallpaper, border, lawn decor, spring decor. If you want to deck out make you a little homecation spot, this is the place to come. You're not going to get it any more affordable than here.
I'm looking forward to going over to the tire department because I know that's expanded a lot since I was here last, and seeing what all we can find here at Glen's today. Well, Jennifer, this is your tire room. You know, and I remember the last time I was here, it did not have half the inventory you got now. So what's happened in the tire room, and how can you help us out?
Oh, lots of work has happened here. We've put up new racking and got in some scooter tires that are about half price of it anywhere else of major competitors. We got it more organized, looking a lot better, just easier to stock, easier to maintain with the flow of customers and traffic's coming in and grabbing these savings up.
Yeah. And, you know, outdoors with the popularity of ATVs and all that stuff, it's great to be able to find these tires at a bargain because they are expensive.
Yes, they are. We have a huge array and selection of tires. Every row is just filled with tires. It's just unbelievable. Deck wheels, wheelbarrow wheels, tire wheels, ATV wheels, the inner tubes from all different sizes, the scooter tires, and we got the big boys, the big tiger.
It's not only just ATV stuff. You've got a lot of other stuff. Let's go over and take a look at some of the stuff you have in your camping area. Well, you know, with camping season and, of course, people wanting to tow boats and trailers and all this other kind of, this is a place to really come and find what you may need to get that thing ready to tow, that whatever that recreational vehicle is.
Exactly. We have trailer balls, we have pintle hooks, we have reese hitches, we have couplers, we have all kinds of different stuff. Ratchet tie down straps, galore, bungee cords. We have just tons of different stuff. Chain to help with the tow hooks on it. And
you know, I remember last time I was here, one of the big selling items here was rope. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Rope, we have probably over 125 different assortments of rope. Alone, just in paracord, we have over 75 styles of paracord, different colors and that. We have the manila rope, we have the nylon, poly nylon rope, we have steel cable, stainless steel cable, we have wire, we have all the little hooks and snaps that go along with it.
Well, Jennifer, let's head over to your military department. I know you got a lot of neat items over there.
Oh, definitely.
Well, Jennifer, this is your police, military, security, you name it, basically. What would people find in this area?
Oh, they're going to find modular gear. They're going to find all their little pouches for the police and EMT. They're going to find the whole uniform to dress a soldier or police, EMT. We have...
And there's a lot of T-shirts and polo shirts that kind of address different military brand.
Vietnam veterans and Marines. And Second Amendment is really big right now. The Don't Tread on Me. We sell bukus of those. Flags. We have, I think, over 200 different styles of flags in stock. We have the bag area, which is a whole about 40-foot wall of nothing but military bags and book bags.
Now, is some of this military surplus?
Yes, it's government issue. So it's one of those... that quality, you're not going to find it anywhere. Right. And if you are part of the military, or retired, or in there, we have 10% off to the individual. And if you buy 10 or more, you get 20% off. Or if, like a church group, school groups, anybody comes in here in a group and purchases 10 or more, they're going to get 20% off. That's just a thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. EMT, police, fire, just the whole public workforce.
Yeah. What led you into this area, just out of curiosity?
Actually, my father started it. He was able to start buying bulk of surplus stuff at great prices he couldn't turn down. So he was bringing semi-loads in, and it just took off, and people love it, and I love it. It's really something to be proud of, to see everybody come through here. Generations of the armed forces come through here. It's really, really something to see.
But I saw you had a lot of Naga hide. Tell us a little bit about that, because it looks like it's expanded to me.
Oh, yes. We have over 100 different styles of Naga hide and material. Gore-Tex, the stuff that you would reline your boat cushions with, your patio furniture with. We have that at a running foot, between $2 and $4.50 a running foot, which is 5 foot long per foot. So it's definitely a savings to come here and purchase that material compared to going to other competitors.
We're going to wrap things up there, but again, tell us once again about the discount for veterans, and tell us how we find you, where we find you out online, and how we can find you if we come up to Shelby.
All right. Well, you can go online to our website, theshelbymall.com or glensurplus.com. That has all directions and our phone numbers and our hours.
You may know it as the Shawshank Prison or even the prison from Air Force One, but the true name is the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield. The Reformatory has been featured in numerous music videos, television shows, and films since shutting its doors as a prison in 1990. Becky McKennell shared some of the unique history of the Reformatory, as well as some of the exciting events coming in the near future.
Yes, this year marks the 20th anniversary of the filming of Shawshank. So we have something, if you check our website, something called the Shawshank Trail. And that will tell you all the places in the area where Shawshank was filmed. Of course, a huge amount was filmed at the Reformatory. So as you tour the building, you will see the actual places. Tim Robbins walked, and Red was, and we still have quite a few props left that I think will surprise people when they see these props and go, that was where they filmed the scene? That's how they did it? Magic of movie making. Well, a Civil War training camp is what we're actually reenacting. And the reason for that is that before the prison was built here, about 25 years before the prison was started, this was actually a Union training camp. It was Camp Mordecai Bartley. And so we're paying homage to the Civil War history that this building has. But we're going to have cavalry, infantry, and artillery out here. But not only are you going to see those folks on the grounds, as you tour the building, you'll be coming upon living historians in the building, sharing different aspects of the civilian and some military aspects of the Civil War. We're going to have the Union engineers here. They're going to have their tents set up, but they're also going to be inside. We're going to have a Civil War surgeon here. We're going to have a lady in black mourning the loss of her husband. As folks come upon these people, they'll be sharing information, playing a part, if you will. They're all doing it in first person. Yes, you can friend us on Facebook, check us out. We're also on Twitter, and if you want to just go directly to our website, it's www.ohiostatereformatory.org.
If you've missed any of today's show, you can watch it online anytime. OutandAboutColumbus.com. Stay up to date with all the latest news, events, and information from Out and About Columbus by liking us on Facebook. go to facebook.com/Out and About Columbus. Located on Main Street in downtown Mansfield is a landmark that has been a part of the Mansfield community since 1936. It's the famous Coney Island Diner with a legendary Coney sauce that has been served since the diner's inception. Coney Island Diner has been feeding the masses for generations. Jim and Kathy Smith told us more about this nostalgic diner.
Well, the actual original diner started in 1919. It was in a building up the street from us now. It was only 10 feet wide. They just had a counter and stools. It became so popular that in 1936, the location that we're in now, which was a clothing store, the clothing store went out of business and they moved in here in 1936. So we've been here since 1936. We're the third owners. My wife and I have owned the diner itself for the past 24 years. Well, the Coney, the Coney's is what we're known for. I would say that a joke around here with our clientele, we could walk up to a table and say, oh, today's special is prime rib with twice baked potato and any vegetable and all the dessert you can eat and all the beverage for 99 cents. And they'd say, that's great, I'll have 2 Coneys and fries. It's the same sauce that was passed down from first owner, second owner to third owner. So that's why people come back. We have a long-standing regular clientele. The people that don't even live in Mansfield anymore will still come back, once or twice a year to eat our Coneys.
This is the Western omelet with home fries. They're red skin potatoes that are fresh potatoes. We serve a lot of those. Those are a really popular menu item. It's our pea salad that we mix to order when people order it. It's made fresh. It's basically lettuce with a special dressing and peas, and then there's Swiss cheese and bacon bits on top, onions on the side. And we serve a lot of those. Those are really good.
Yeah, we're open Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and we're open on Saturday from 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Closed on Sundays. Yes, we have a website, ConeyIslandDiner.net, and we have a Facebook page, Coney Island Diner on Facebook. Our phone number is 419-526-2669.
I want to think just a few short years ago, this downtown was almost vacant, but not the case today with less than 5% occupancy. We had an opportunity to talk about the great development here with Sandra Hall, who told us all about downtown Wooster. Tell us how this all got started. I know this was a dying downtown in the last 27 years. It's really come a long way.
Well, actually, you can thank the community and the local government for that because there was a group that decided that this downtown needed support, needed help, and they decided that they were not going to go the way of most downtowns under 50,000 population 30 years ago. So they got together and they adopted Main Street Wooster as their own, and we got started in the implementation of the program in 1987. At that point, we were 42% empty, dirty windows, bad infrastructure, the whole 9 yards, over 65% empty in the upper stories. Now we're
not the case today.
Not the case today, no. Less than 5%, I think, really, and about less than 10% in the upper stories, yeah.
What's some of the highlights, Sandra, for some visitors coming to Wooster?
Well, I think some of the highlights, there's a lot of things, but we have a great combination of restaurants. We have 22 restaurants that are locally owned. We have unique stores that are locally owned and that people support. And so with all of the lofts and the condominiums, we have people living downtown, walking downtown. We are lucky. What's really incredible and I think unique about this town, we actually have stores that have been here for 70 years. Then we have some that have just opened. So you have this mix of traditional versus people coming into the downtown.
So how do we get more information for people who want to come and visit?
MainStreetWorcester.org on the website, and we're on Facebook.
Well, on many of our travel trips, we enjoy visiting arboretums, and we visited the Secrest Arboretum here in the Wooster area, and we spoke to Joe Cochran about some of the unique research that's being done here. Well, Joe, tell us a little bit about the Secrest Arboretum located here in Wooster.
Secrest Arboretum has been around for about 100 years, over 100 years. It was started as a research arboretum for the Ohio State University.
Something very close to our hearts in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, you betcha. This is an outlying branch of the university, and we do experiments with the agriculture industry up here at the Research Center. Secrest Arboretum was started as a way to see what kind of trees would regenerate throughout Ohio after agriculture came across in the late 1800s, and a lot of the land was used for agriculture. So we wanted to see what kind of trees would survive, and that's the beginning of the Arboretum.
Yeah. And of course, when it comes to regeneration, you kind of got another experiment maybe you didn't count on a few years back.
Yes, in September of 2010, we had a tornado come through, which destroyed over 1,500 trees 3 foot and larger. One of the areas that we have left to regenerate naturally, and we are actually doing research on that to see how a forest does regenerate after a tornado.
Yeah. And what are you finding so far?
So far, Mother Nature does a pretty good job on her own. We have some species coming in, some invasives, of course. The canopy opens up, light comes in, and so you get a lot of new growth. But a lot of the hardwoods, the oak seedlings are coming up, the sassafras groves. So a lot of the native trees are recovering, and in another 50 years, you probably won't be able to tell there was a tornado.
Yeah, that's incredible. Joe, talk to me a little bit about some of the highlights that people are going to find here at Secrest.
Okay, here at Secrest Arboretum, we have one of the nation's largest selections of crab apples. We do a lot of research on crab apple trees, what diseases they get, the flowering times. We have a new children's area that we've put in over on one hill that kids can come. We have a 35-foot in-ground slide, so we want to involve kids in nature. We want to get them outside and learning about the
Get off the video games, right?
Off the video games, that's right.
Joe, how do we get more information? How do we find you?
Okay, you can find us on our website at secrest.osu.edu. That gives you our program of events and anything you might need to know about us.
Well, you know, they say the best way is the bus way, and I got to tell you, since the C-Bus Circulator has come to Columbus, it's a definite great improvement in addition to the downtown area. We talked to Lisa Knapp about who can take this bus and where it all runs to. So, Lisa, the C-Bus, what a fabulous new addition to Columbus and the Columbus downtown. Tell us a little bit about the C-Bus and where it goes.
Sure. The C-Bus is a free ride downtown. Once you get here, just look for one of the C-Bus signs that's out on the street. We have 29 stops along the route that goes from the Brewery District to the Short North. All you have to do is wait at one of those signs, and a bus will come every 10 to 15 minutes. So it's easy to hop on. Once you get on, it's free, and we have some great drivers on the bus who can help you get where you need to go.
Who is it that you're targeting the C-Bus for?
Really, the C-Bus was designed with a lot of different people in mind. Anyone can hop on. Like I said, it's free to use, so we welcome everybody to catch the C-Bus. But, when we designed it, it was really designed for downtown employees, downtown residents, and downtown visitors, which kind of hits everybody, but a few different segments there.
All these guys are tourist ambassadors that drive these buses, right?
They are. So all of our drivers are certified tourism ambassadors, which means that they have all of the good inside tips on where to go in downtown. So whether you are an employee who's down here and you are looking for somewhere new to go to lunch, maybe somewhere that's a little bit too far to walk, but want to try a new spot, they can help you get there. Or if you're trying to get to a meeting fast, the ambassadors are also great for visitors to our town. If you don't know where you're going or you don't know what the best place for dinner is, then they might be able to give you a good tip.
What's amazing for me is I grew up in Columbus, and I remember when they used to roll the sidewalks up at 5 o'clock in downtown Columbus. Not the case anymore.
It's certainly not the case. There are so many great things going on here, and the C-Bus runs until 9 o'clock Mondays through Thursdays, and it runs until midnight on Fridays and Saturdays. So right there, that just tells you we know things are going on and people are down here and wanting to use the service.
Okay, how do they get more information about when the C-Bus runs and how they can catch it?
Absolutely. If you want more information, you can go to coda.com/cbus.